A very warm welcome once again. And today we make another decision of who joins in the final contest, which is coming off in a couple of days. And we would want to thank our Vice Chancellor for giving us this opportunity and supporting us all the way through. We cannot also go without saying thank you to the College of Science. It's courtesy the College of Science, that's why you are actually seated here. They bought into a very brilliant idea that was brought up by two young men who were once like you. It's been a very long journey. It's been one with so many emotions, okay? Happy emotions, sad emotions, a few tears here and there. And I think on the day of the final, we are going to even see more of those emotions. And we'll have to comfort some people. But what I want to tell you that a competition is still teamwork. So participating schools, make sure that your teamwork is awesome. Make sure that your teamwork you're on top of your game. And whichever school that wins today, all other schools must join them to celebrate. Everybody that has gotten this far is a winner. You are all victorious. It's just that one school must go on to the next level. Our teachers, you continue to walk this walk with us. We thank you very much for being with them. And like I always say, their wins are also your wins. Their victories are also your victories. So well done, and keep on being with them. So before we go on to business, we would want to acknowledge our sponsors and some of our partners through which this quiz has been made possible. So we acknowledge our sponsors for coming on board and supporting us in different ways. So GTP for supporting us with some prize packages and beautiful cloth for our clothes. You make this quiz a sight for sore eyes. GTP, truly timeless. Coca-Cola, open to better. For all your fun times with family and friends. Kingdom Books and Stationery. Anything stationery, please go to Kingdom. There's a branch right here on campus, and at Kingdom, we say quality and affordability is our hallmark. Lux City, we make memories together. Take a trip to Lux City, and the customer care is amazing. Dext Technology, all those beautiful sets that we've seen in the past for our science and technology round, you can find even more at Dext Technology. They believe in a new beginning, 2 new engineers. Fair Green Limited, International Intelligent Business Solutions. Thank you so much for providing us with some amazing and attractive prize packages. Fonjo Images, creating lasting memories. Thank you for offering to have beautiful portraits of our winners. Hopefully, for the quiz mistresses and the quiz masters, you also give us good portraits. Mocha Looks, bringing out the natural facial contours and beauty in you. We say pure beauty. And to our media partners, we couldn't have gotten this far without you. GH1, your best experience. Ultimate 106.9. Ultimate, experience it. Thank you for being the powerhouse for this season. So now, on to business. As usual, I'm sure you're very familiar with all the rules and the regulations, but it is very good for us to keep on telling you what they are, because as you go higher, the competition becomes tougher and you are sitting on needles and pins. But this morning, relax, enjoy being in that seat, have a competitive spirit, yet be poised to win. So in round one consists of questions in the areas of biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and ICT. If your school answers a question correctly, you would get 3 points. If incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the other 2 schools to compete for. The score for a bonus question hasn't changed. It is still 1 point. Schools have 15 seconds to answer questions that do not require calculations. But for questions that require some calculation, you'll be given 40 seconds. Bonus questions are open to all the 2 other schools to compete for by rule number 1, ringing the buzzer. That is very, very, very important. You fail to ring the buzzer and you call out the answer. Whether your answer is right or wrong, it is nullified. Okay? And because of our cherished viewers that are joining us via social media, I forgot to say welcome to you. Stay tuned, stay glued, and enjoy the contest as it runs. Because of them, we need to mention your name when you ring the buzzer, so that at least if your mom is at home watching, your mom knows that my son or my daughter is on stage and is doing well. So you wait till you are called before you read out the answer. Is that right? Yeah. KNUST Basic, are we ready?
We are.
Good Shepherd, are we ready? Yep. PREMPEH Basic, are we ready? Fantastic. Fantastic. So question 1. Question 1. It goes to KNUST Basic. If an element has atomic number 16, how many electrons are there in the valence shell? My dear, go on.
6 electrons.
That is correct for 3 points. Good Shepherd. If an element has atomic number 12, what will be its main oxidation state in its compounds? Stephen? Correct for 3 points, positive 2. PREMPEH Basic, are you ready for your major question? An element has atomic number 14. Which group of the periodic table will it belong? Kelvin?
Group 4.
Group 4. That is correct again for 3 points. We move on to question 2. Good Shepherd, name the elements from aluminium to argon in the 3rd period of the periodic table in the right order. Stephen?
Aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon.
That is correct for 3 points. Well done, Stephen. PREMPEH Basic. Name the first 3 alkali metals. Emmanuel? Speak into the mic.
Sodium.
Okay.
Calcium.
The first 3 alkali metals. You've been bailed out, so it goes as Good Shepherd. Stephen?
Hydrogen, lithium, and sodium.
That is incorrect. All right, so KNUST, are you ready for your major question? Name the elements in the 2nd period of the periodic table from carbon to the end. Kesidad?
Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon.
That is right. When such questions are rolled out, you need to mention them in a particular order. Okay? So that is right for 3 points. We move on to question 3. KNUST, your main question for the next set of questions. What is the symbol of scandium?
Se.
You must be audible. PREMPEH.
Capital SC.
That is correct for a bonus. Capital SC. Good Shepherd. What is the symbol for tungsten? Stephen?
Capital W.
That is correct for your 3 points. Alex, could you kindly move your water a bit further so that I can see? PREMPEH Basic, your major question. What is the symbol for silver? Emmanuel?
Capital H.
Correct for 3 points. Question 4. Question 4, KNUST JHS. The part of the sperm that helps in the penetration of the ovum is?
The head.
Try again.
The nucleus.
Incorrect. Belled out, good shepherd. Stephen?
The digestive enzymes in the head of the cell.
The parts.
The head.
Incorrect.
Acrosome.
Kelvin?
Acrosome.
That is correct for a bonus. Good shepherd, your main question. Good shepherd, your main question. Which part of the female reproductive organ does implantation occur? Stephen?
The uterus.
The uterus. That is correct for 3 points. PREMPEH Basic, your major question. Which hormone is responsible for the changes in male adolescent boys? Emmanuel?
Testosterone.
That is correct. Testosterone. Question 5 has a preamble, and the preamble reads, find x and y in the following equations. Find x and y in the following equations. Good shepherd, are you ready? X minus 2y is equal to 1. X plus 3y is equal to 4. Stephen?
Y is equal to 5, X is equal to 11.
Come again?
Y is equal to 5, X is equal to 11.
That is incorrect. Stephen?
Y is equal to 5, X is equal to negative 11.
That is incorrect. Goes out for a bonus. Bell out. X is equal to 11 over 5 or 2.5, and y is equal to 3 over 5. PREMPEH Basic, your major question. Using the same preamble, find x and y in the following equations. 2x minus 3y is equal to 0. X plus 3y is equal to 2. Emmanuel?
X is equal to 2 out of 3.
And what is y?
And y equal to 4 over 3.
Kelvin, speak into the mic.
And y equal to 4 over 3.
That is incorrect. You've been bailed out. Good shepherd.
X is equal to 2 out of 3. Y is equal to negative 4 out of 3.
That is incorrect. Alex?
X equals 2 out of 3, Y equals 8 out of 3.
That is still incorrect. So the answer is x is equal to 2 out of 3 or 2 over 3. and Y is 4 out of 9. KNUST JHS. Using the same preamble, find X and Y in your equations. X minus 3Y is equal to 4. X plus 3Y is equal to 2. Alex?
X equals 3, Y equals negative 1 out of 3.
That is correct for 3 points. Question 6 also uses a preamble. The preamble reads, give the prime numbers for the following numbers. Give the prime numbers for the following numbers. KNUST JHS. 42. Alex?
2, 3, and 7.
That is correct for your 3 points. Good Shepherd. Your number is 90. Stephen?
2, 3, and 5.
That is correct for 3 points. PREMPEH Basic. 300. I take it again. 330.
330.
330. 330. Emmanuel?
2, 3, 5, and 11.
That is correct. Well done. Question 7, as we move further in round 1, this preamble goes to all schools. Listen to the coordinates carefully. You might want to write it down. Given that M is equal to 3x plus 1 minus 2y plus 3, all into brackets. And N is equal to minus 8, 5, also in brackets. If M is equal to N, if M is equal to N, are we okay with the coordinates? KNUST JHS. Find X and Y. It's 40 seconds. Alex?
X equals negative 3, Y equals negative 1.
That is correct for 3 points. Good Shepherd. If M is equal to N squared, find X and Y. Stephen?
X is equal to 9, Y is equal to 1.
That is incorrect. Stephen?
X is equal to negative 1, Y is equal to 1.
Still incorrect. Bell out goes out for a bonus. KNUST? Alex?
X is 64, Y is 25.
Still incorrect. Bell out. So the answer is X is equal to 21 and Y is equal to negative 11. PREMPEH Basic. Evaluate X minus Y. Evaluate X minus Y. Emmanuel?
32.
Incorrect. PREMPEH Basic, you've been bailed out. Good Shepherd. Stephen?
Negative 2.
That is correct for a bonus point. So these coordinates are vectors or vertices. I'll tell you something, when I was in school, I didn't like vertices. So when I saw this question, I was like, this one is my question. Well done. Question 8. Good Shepherd, your major question. Frictional force always acts in a direction opposite to the weight of the body. True or false? Stephen?
True.
The answer is wrong. The answer is false. For true or false questions, we do not carry them on as a bonus. PREMPEH basic, still true or false? A nutcracker is an example of first-class lever. Emmanuel?
False.
That is false. It is a second-class lever. KNUST JHS. The force of attraction between an electron revolving around the nucleus and the nucleus is known as electromotive force. My dear?
False.
The answer is correct. It is not electromotive force, rather electrostatic force. Kesidad, by and by, I'll get your name. Okay? I want to mention it correctly. Question 9, still in round 1. KNUST JHS. Speed is the magnitude of a velocity vector. True or false? Kesidad?
True.
That is correct for 3 points. Good Shepherd. An object can have a constant speed but changing velocity. Stephen?
True.
That is correct for 3 points. PREMPEH basic. The magnitude of the kinetic energy in a moving object is directly proportional to the square of its mass. Emmanuel?
False.
The answer is correct. The answer is false. Question 10 is still true or false. KNUST JHS. The largest artery is the aorta, whilst the largest vein is the pulmonary vein. True or false? Kesidad?
False.
That is correct for 3 points. Good Shepherd. There is more pressure in veins than in arteries. Stephen?
False.
That is correct for 3 points again. PREMPEH basic. Veins have thick walls because blood flow in them is rapid and at a high pressure. Emmanuel?
False.
That is correct for 3 points. So that is the last question for round 1. I must say that this is a keenly contested competition. Wow. Okay, so at the end of round 1, PREMPEH basic, you have 20 points. 2-0. 20 points. Good Shepherd, you have 22 points. 22 points. KNUST basic, you have 24 points.
Ankuma. Hey,
Oh, Chaisa.
No one to man so Jamaica GTP on.
Ayo.
Joro. Hey, with the mufua. No beauty in so faded.
Me da say. So when him say GTP there, and one of me this 40. Now your designs no so there, endless. I mean in Chemuda.
In Chemuda.
Clemento.
Yes.
You know I really like you.
Okay.
But that's your fabric.
Doesn't look genuine.
Oh no, your design, GTP design.
GTP put the printed colors be sale. Share. When buying GTP, always check the design number on the label. The same number is printed on the selvage.
I'm a Philippa. But you are coming. Because one I believe you. We are too much. We are genuine.
That's same.
Yeah, we do a chamo be what? The 7 circles of Alapeque. Jack, shine your eye.
GTP is available in various shops, open market and online at www.buygtp.com.
GTP, timeless.
My first picnic, yay!
Check.
Good.
And baby has an umbrella.
Check.
Good.
Get the baby bowl and spoon.
Good.
Got it.
I love my daddy.
Yumvita?
Yes, what about my Yumvita?
Yes, all the flavors: wheat, rice, and maize and wheat.
Yay! What about me? You see your life.
Yumvita, enriched with Nutri-V, contains all the essential vitamins and minerals to help you grow big and strong. Yumvita, a delicious way to grow.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Round 2 is the fastest finger. Is the fastest finger. One question will be read out, and contestants will compete to be the first to answer. Each question carries a score of 4 points. When a contestant is ready to answer, they should press the buzzer before they attempt to answer, like always. And this one, the sounding out of your buzzer is very critical to getting your points. You answer before you press the buzzer, you'll be disqualified from answering that question. When you press the buzzer, you have 3 seconds to answer the question. If a school gets the answer wrong, the 2 remaining schools can still compete. But a wrong answer attracts a penalty of 1. We want to increase our points that we've made in round 1, but not to decrease it. Okay? So listen carefully and let's move on. Best wishes to you all. KNUST Basic, can we hear your buzzer? Thank you. Good Shepherd? Amazing. PREMPEH Basic? Fantastic. I think they all sound very differently. And courtesy KNUST, these buzzers have been tried and tested. Question 1. A machine overcomes a resistance of 800 Newton through a distance of 0.12 meters when an effort of 160 N acts through a distance of 0.72 meters. Calculate the velocity ratio. Good Shepherd?
6.
That is correct for 3 points. Question 2. Ruby's height is 5.2 inches. Anna is taller than Ruby, but she is not taller than Pamela. Pamela is shorter than her cousin Ron, but Ron is not shorter than Ruby. Who is the tallest in the group? Good Shepherd? Stephen?
Ruby.
Incorrect. KNUST?
Ron.
Ron, that is correct for a bonus. Question 3. What name is given to a network device which connects 2 or more networks together? Good Shepherd?
A large area network.
Incorrect. Which connects 2 or more networks together and transfers data in the form of IP packets. Bell out. All right, the answer is router. Router, depending on the school you went to. I went to the best school in Ghana, so router. Question 4. Yabua kept 1/3 or 1/3 of his salary as savings. He spent 50% of the remainder on food and the rest on rent. If his monthly income is 4,500 Ghana cedis, how much does Mr. Yabua spend on food? Good Shepherd?
2,000 Ghana cedis.
Incorrect. KNUST?
1,000 Ghana cedis.
Incorrect. We had gone through question 4, and all 3 schools got the answer wrong. And the bell actually went out before we had the power outage. And the answer for that question is 1,500 Ghana cedis. 1,500 Ghana cedis. So we move on to question 5. The volume of a cylinder with a cross-sectional area 88 cm squared is 792 cm cubed. Find the height of the cylinder. KNUST?
24 centimeters.
Incorrect. Good Shepherd?
12 centimeters.
Incorrect. We've been timed out for all schools, and the answer is 9 cm, 9 centimeters. Question 6. What is the primary function of the style of a flower? Good Shepherd? Stephen?
It connects the central part of the flower to the ovary to the stigma. So it serves as a site where the pollen grains passes through to the ovary for fertilization.
I would give you the 4 points. But correctly, it's the pollen grains do not pass through that part. It actually holds the stigma in a position to receive the pollen grains. So, but I will still give you that mark because you had all the content. Question 7. Express as a ratio the speed of 1 kilometer per minute to speed of 10 meters per second. Good Shepherd?
5:3.
5:3. Correct for 3 points. Question 8. Why is rainwater considered the purest form of natural? Good Shepherd?
Because the water is newly coming from the atmosphere and has not been contaminated with any contamination. And
Okay.
Eugene?
First of all, the sun evaporates the water. When it's evaporated, only pure water goes up and it's left with the impurities on the ground. So when it's falling back, it is pure and has no impurities contaminating it.
Okay, Good Shepherd. 1, you run out of time, and the answer is not completely right. Still goes out for a bonus. Still goes out. PREMPEH.
When rainwater is falling, subsequent showers removes the impurities. So when the rainwater is falling, another showers to remove all the impurities, which then becomes pure.
Not totally correct. Bell out to all schools. So I think I'm going to explain why it is not totally correct. And this is the round of the fastest finger. And that is where you must think and think fast. I expected to hear the process condensation. Good Shepherd tried, but what they said wasn't totally condensation. If you had described the process of condensation right, I would have given you the mark. All right? So it's because it comes directly from the condensation of water droplets from the atmosphere, like both schools said, and it is devoid of any impurities. So the second part was right, or somehow right, but the first part wasn't. All right, so question 9. What is the name of the frictional force experienced in a fluid? Good Shepherd. Stephen?
Viscosity.
That is correct. Our last question in this round, which is question 10. Question 10, are we ready? You are given an electrical circuit which consists of a battery of 10 volts, 2 resistors A and B with resistances 10 and 16 ohms respectively. Given that the 2 resistances A and B are connected in parallel to the battery, calculate the voltage across resistor B if an ideal conductor is connected across resistor A. PREMPEH basic?
0 volts.
Correct, for 3 points. Well done. That is the end of round 2. Our round of being the fastest finger. Well done to all contestants, and keep your spirits high. So at the end of round 2, we have KNUST Basic, 2 points. KNUST Basic, 2 points. PREMPEH Basic, we have 3 points. Good Shepherd, 11 points.
I'm at the station. Please, can you give me the direction?
Oh, ask anyone.
Okay, madam.
Madam Punchy Peach.
Yes, so far you go Punchy Peach. A Coso Road. Now, where is number 4 and Numde Avenue?
Oh, number 4 Numde Avenue. What they call? Front right, sharp left. Miss anyone by the roadside.
Thank you. Hello, please direct me to number 4 Numde Avenue.
Numde. See, go sir. Then you curve. You will see some people there, then you ask them. But anyway, I can drop you.
No, thanks. One fire you go Punchy Fish and give me direction to number 4 Numde Avenue.
Go, sir. Thank you.
Please, can you direct me to number 24 Numde Avenue? Go, sir.
Keep going with the goodness of the new Fanny Yogo Punchy Peach. So cool, so good. This advert is FDA approved.
I can take you there. I'm not doing anything.
We move on to round 3. Round 3 is our science and technology round. This is where we test your skills in science. This is where you demonstrate what you have learned in theory in a practical way. So as always, one question goes to all competing schools. In this round, as usual, you'll be asked to perform a task that will be assessed. The score for this round is 10 points, and you have 8 minutes each to perform the task given. For the purposes of clarity, I would want to read out the instructions to our awesome audience. Turn the wheels on the toy vehicle backwards. Don't start yet. Hold the vehicle on the surface of the plastic road or the sandpaper road or truck. Release the vehicle. Observe the manner in which it moves on the road. Repeat the experiment on the sandpaper truck. You can actually repeat it as many times as you want, but kindly let me have a look at it. Call me, I would have a look at it. Use your observations to answer the questions below. Okay? So to turn the wheels on the toy vehicle backwards, you need to wind the wheels on the toy vehicle several times backwards so that enough elastic energy, potential energy can be built in the wheels for your truck to move. And you are supposed to answer the following questions. What force enables the motion of the body on the two surfaces? Define the force mentioned in question 1 above. How does this force affect the motion of the body on the two surfaces? Mention one disadvantage of this force. Mention 2 ways in which this force helps us in everyday life activities. For the last question, which is the 6th one, you're supposed to describe the motions of the toy vehicle on the 2 different surfaces. Each of these questions carry some marks. When totaled, would give you 10 marks. Are we ready with our timer? You may start carrying out your tasks. Bell has run out. Please put your pens down. Okay. I'm going to take each answer sheet, and then we go through the questions and see the marks that they got for each of the answers. So I start with KNUST Basic, since you are the first on my left. So you were supposed to get your trucks or your vehicles running on each of the trucks. You have one truck made out of sandpaper and one made out of polythene, okay, scientifically known as polyvinyl chloride. All right, okay. So you managed to get your vehicles running with a little stress for that of that which runs on plastic. But the first question is, what force enables the motion of the body on the two surfaces? And the answer is frictional force, or friction, or the force of friction. And so, like you stated, frictional force. So you get 1 out of 1 for question 1. Your second question, you were supposed to define the force that you have mentioned in question 1. And okay, so good. KNUST JHS answer reads, friction refers to the force that exists between two surfaces when they are in contact. I will not actually give them the full mark. I'm going to read the correct definition for frictional force. Frictional force is the force that resists or opposes the relative motion between two sliding surfaces that are in contact with each other. So there's supposed to be a resistance or an opposition, which I did not see in their definition. So would give them, once they've stated that it's a force that exists between two surfaces, I think it is okay or fair to give them 1 out of the 2 marks. So it's important to talk about the resistance, okay? In a certain exam, you might not even get 1 mark. The question 3, how does this force affect the motion of the body on the two surfaces? So you were supposed to differentiate between the motion of the body on both surfaces that you were provided with. So on the plastic track, KNUST answered less friction on the smooth surface. Less friction on the smooth surface, which is the plastic track, did not cause the toy vehicle to move, whereas greater friction on the rough surface, which is the sandpaper track, causes the toy vehicle to move. Per my marking scheme, it says that motion on the sandpaper is firmer and faster. On the plastic material, you find the tires spinning before, even if there will be some motion, the motion would occur. And the motion shouldn't be as stable as that on the sandpaper track. So we would give them the 2 marks out of 2. And that is the reason why our roads are not totally smooth. If the roads are smooth, you would find that the stability of our running vehicles is compromised, okay? And we will not get the fastness that we so desire. For question 4, you're supposed to mention 1 disadvantage of this force, which we now know is the frictional force. So KNUST Basic says it causes wear and tear in soles of shoes. It causes wear and tear in soles of shoes. Okay, so per my marking scheme, what is similar to this is that it may wear out the parts of the two surfaces in contact over time. And the answer is correct, because the two surfaces that are in contact is the sole of your shoe and the ground on which it walks. So you get your 1 full mark for question 4. For question 5, you're supposed to mention 2 ways in which this force, which is a frictional force, which it helps us in everyday activities. It helps us to walk. That is correct. It helps drivers in applying car brakes. Okay, all right. So it helps car to move on the road. That is correct. So you get your 2 marks out of 2 for this question as well. For your last question, which is describe the motions of the toy vehicle on the 2 surfaces. KNUST said toy car on the sandpaper is able to move quickly, whereas the toy car on the plastic truck is unable to move because of less friction. So frictional force between the body and the sandpaper is stronger and therefore provides more grip onto the tires, whilst that's between the car and the plastic surface is weaker. So KNUST also gets the full mark for that question, which is 2 out of 2. So in total, KNUST gets 9 out of 10. So Good Shepherd, we move on to your question sheet, your answer sheet. So you also managed to get your toy vehicles, both of them running well. And for the first question, which you're supposed to tell us the force, you got it correct, which is the frictional force. And so you get your 1 full mark for your question 1. And then for the question 2, you're supposed to define the frictional force as you answered in question 1. Frictional force is the force that opposes the relative motion of two surfaces in contact with each other. So you get your 2 full points for the definition. Question 3, how does this force affect the motion of the body on the two surfaces? On the plastic truck, since frictional force is low, because of the smooth surface, it moves faster and easier. But on the sandpaper truck, the vehicle moves slower with less ease because friction is high on the rough surface. That is the sandpaper truck. Good Shepherd, I think you've answered it in the opposite. So you lose your marks. So you get 0. I'm actually struggling to read the handwriting. Okay. All right. So for question 4, mention one disadvantage of this force. It produces heat, excess heat. So that you get your points for that, which is 1 out of 1. Question 5, mention 2 ways in which this force helps us in everyday activities. It allows us to walk, that is correct. It enables farmers to wet their tools. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is correct. So you get your 2 marks. Question 6, describe the motions of the toy vehicle on the 2 different surfaces. On the plastic truck, the toy vehicle moves smoothly and easily. But on the sandpaper truck, the toy vehicle moves with less ease and roughly. Good Shepherd, because you got number 3 wrong, this is also wrong. So you get 0. So at the end of this round, Good Shepherd gets 6 out of 10. Give them a round of applause. PREMPEH Basic. Kelvin and Emmanuel, are you ready? So for question 1, it's frictional force, so you get your full mark, 1 out of 1. Question 2, you're supposed to define the frictional force. Frictional force is the force which opposes the relative or sliding motion between 2 bodies. That is correct, so you get your 2 full points. Question 3, how does this force affect the motion of the body on the 2 surfaces? The force moved the toy vehicle on the rough surface quickly, but the toy vehicle on the smooth surface slowly. Which is your rough surface? Okay. All right, so you get your 2 full marks. Mention one disadvantage of this force. It causes reduction in the efficiency of a machine. I would also give you that point. So you have 1 out of 1. Mention 2 ways in which this force helps us in everyday activities. Assist in walking, that is correct. And it assists in writing. It is also correct, but it wouldn't have been an example that I would ever think of. Well done. So you get 2 marks there too. And then question 6, your answer is in the vehicle toy, which is in contact with the rough surface. It moves and hanged on the string. But with a toy vehicle moving on the smooth surface, it did move slowly, hence friction is reduced. Okay, that is incorrect, not exactly so as it should be. Okay, so your total is 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 10. Well done to all the participating schools. We have Good Shepherd getting 6 points. PREMPEH Basic 8 points. And KNUST 9 points. We are going on to round 4, which is decoding the clues. And this involves riddles. You still need to press your buzzer before you do the answering. The consequences still hold. You'll be disqualified if you answer without pressing the buzzer. Are you ready? Riddle, riddle? Riddle 1. That is our first riddle. I am a very important, irrational number. I'll take that again. Good Shepherd?
Pi. 22 out of 7, pi.
Pi. That incorrect. I am the first number known to be irrational. I can be found from the Babylonian clay tablets. You will find me on the diagonal of a unit square. I am occasionally referred to as Pythagoras. I am occasionally referred to as Pythagoras' number or Pythagoras' constant. We have 5 clues. Bell out. All right, so who am I? Square root of 2 or root of 2? Riddle 2. Riddle 2. I am found in public buses and choirs. You will never see my face when I am performing very well at an event. I am popularly known to be a metal. However, Good Shepherd, Stephen?
Brass.
Incorrect. However, you will be surprised that I can also be a non-metal such as graphite. I am the first name that comes to mind if you want to transport either heat or electrical energy. Who am I? Bailout conductor. We move on to our third riddle. My name in Greek suggests cup-shaped cavity. You may refer to me as seed leaf or embryo leaf. KNUST?
Cotyledon.
Correct, cotyledon. So KNUST answered on the second clue, so has 5 points. We move on to the fourth riddle. Fourth riddle. I am an allotrope of carbon. KNUST?
Diamond.
Incorrect. I am an allotrope of carbon. Can we have a little silence? We are almost done with the contest, okay? I am an allotrope of carbon, consisting of a single layer of atoms arranged in a 2-dimensional honeycomb lattice nanostructure. I am extremely valuable and useful due to my exceptionally high tensile strength, electrical conductivity, and transparency. I am the thinnest 2-dimensional material in the world. I am 100 times stronger than steel of the same thickness. I conduct heat and electricity very efficiently along my plane. I strongly absorb light of all visible wavelengths, which accounts for the black color of graphite. Who am I? Good Shepherd?
Carbon monoxide.
Incorrect. PREMPEH Basic?
Carbon.
Incorrect. So I am graphene. 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 So my professor, I'm coming for the prize myself. Riddle 5. Riddle 5. I am a machine. I make your work easy by reducing the efforts you need to lift a heavy load. PREMPEH Basic?
Lever.
Incorrect. I am the first. Good Shepherd?
Inclined plane.
Incorrect. I am the first in my class. I have a fulcrum, which lies between the effort you apply and the load you wish to lift. My fulcrum is closer to the load than to the effort. Who am I?
First class lever.
First class level. That is correct. So all too soon, we come to the end of this contest. I see greatness in you. I mean what I say. I see greatness in you. And I'm sure your teachers and everyone seated here would see greatness, the greatness that I see. So on that note, PREMPEH Basic, you have 31 points. Good Shepherd, you have 39 points. KNUST Basic, 40 points. This has been an awesome competition, keenly contested for.